Next, let's talk about the genetic code. I won't spend a lot of time on this since you probably learned about it in high school, but I'll cover some of the key points that you might see in your exam. So the genetic code is what is used to translate DNA, or more directly RNA, into proteins. This is a codon table, and it shows that each amino acid is encoded by sets of 3 nucleotides called codons, and many amino acids are encoded by multiple sets. For example, proline is encoded by CCU, CCC, CCA, and CCG. This means that the code is degenerate or redundant, since multiple codons can code for the same amino acid. You might notice that of the amino acids that have multiple codons, the codons usually only vary by the last nucleotide, which is why this is called the wobble base. Mutations in these third nucleotides will often not affect the amino acid sequence of the protein, and therefore these are often silent mutations. Another feature is that the code is unambiguous, which means that each codon only codes for one amino acid. Our third feature is that it's commaless or non-overlapping. This is easier to explain with an example. So let's say this is part of an RNA sequence that's being read by a ribosome. After each codon is read, the ribosome moves over by 3 nucleotides, so it reads this one, and then this one, and then this one. No overlapping parts of codons will be read, like this, and no nucleotides will be skipped. And the only exception here is that some viruses can read RNA as overlapping codons. The last feature is that the code is universal. This means that in all species the code is the same. If a codon codes for glutamine in one species, it'll also code for glutamine in another species. An exception to this is in mitochondria, which have their own tRNAs, which in some cases match different amino acids to codons than a nuclear encoded gene. While we're here, I also want to point out the 3 codons that don't code for any amino acid, but signal the ribosome to stop, and these are called the stop codons, which are UAA, UAG, and UGA. These are the only 3 that you might want to memorize.